Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lightworkers Secret to Success. It's Monday, and we have Aros Crystos joining us today, along with my friends, Adam Shaskowski, myself, Amanda. We have my friend Rebecca Tripp, my friend Colette, and my friend Pamela. We're all energy healers here. We all do all different types of modalities, and our gift to everyone else on a YouTube channel is bringing on different light workers, star seeds, authors to see what they're doing in their part of the world to make our world a better place. So thank you, Eros, for coming on and joining us today. So you have several books, and I'm going to read them out here to everybody. So you have Time is Promised to No One. That one sounds really interesting. And The Dolphin Odyssey, Poems from the Heart, and Embracing Aloha. You said there was one other one. What was the other one you said?
Conductor of Time.
Oh, okay.
That's the continuation from Time is Promised to No One.
Oh, okay. So that's number 2. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your books.
Oh my goodness. Well, when I used to give talks, I used to say my starship crash landed in Sweden. And to a certain degree, it's true because ever since I can remember, I have had very powerful, for me, experiences around dimensions and star beings and starships and things like that. And so I discovered at a very early age that this world was like a reverse mirror effect. Everything was upside down. And even that, they tried to sell me a reality that I couldn't buy into.
Mhm.
And so I was quite aware from a very early stage, and that made me look at life and what was important. And for me, there was only one thing, is to remember that who I am and that everything I was looking for is within me.
Mm.
So my life became like a Greek odyssey, a quest for the truth.
Mhm.
And because like a Greek odyssey, all the gods and other beings tried everything in their power to stop me or put in front of me challenges that are almost impossible to overcome.
Mm.
And but I have a very stubborn streak, and also I'm a warrior, a Viking warrior. I mean, I grew up in Sweden,
Okay.
and so we did our family tree a really, really long time ago, and we went right back to the Vikings.
Okay.
So that is still in me, and yeah. So, and I call all of this adventures in consciousness
Mm.
because it is really what it is. This physical life that you and I think we are living is just another dream.
Mm.
It's no different from the ones when you go to bed and you dream during the night. The only difference is that in the dream state, we have access to different dimensions, and time doesn't exist in the way that we perceive it on the physical plane or in the waking state.
Yeah.
But it's the two sides of the same coin.
Mhm. Mhm. Kind of like that, like you said, the mirror is flipped upside down and everything's backwards or upside down. So it's the same kind of thing. So how did you get over the challenges? I mean, you're a warrior. So when you had all these challenges put in front of you, maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, as I had that warrior spirit and rebel spirit, I wasn't going to let anything conquer me or stop me. But also with a lot of laughter, humor, and basically taking refuge in my galactic family, if you like. And also when I started playing with the dolphins and whales, over 30 years ago in Hawaii, that kept me also as well to stay in a positive state. Now, that said, I still have moments where I get really annoyed and irritated and don't want to play this game anymore. Because to me, when I grew up in Sweden, I used to say, this reality is a Mickey Mouse reality. Mm-hmm. And it really has no meaning except to discover it has no meaning. Mm. And so I entertain myself a lot with energies, travel to different places with an energetic field, and had many experience around other dimension and starships and things like that. And that kept me entertained. But also, I liked beautiful places. I liked to travel, and I liked fun clothes, costumes, and then of course I developed my clothing brand, Galactic Orgasm Design.
Oh,
yeah, wow.
And yeah, Radha knows about that, and it's basically vibratory frequency clothing, and I've won 2 awards for them. One during the LA Fashion Week in 2012, and then another one in 2013.
Well, I love I've been looking for that as well, like, clothing that's going to keep our frequency and our vibration higher and not, keep us kind of dumbed down. So I love that.
Absolutely. But what you're wearing black,
I know.
It absorbs all energies around.
Oh, okay.
And it does.
Yeah.
So if you want to do interviews and be exposed to a lot of energies, wear white.
Okay, wear white. Well, I always say me and white don't mix because I'm so messy.
Yes, well, but it protects you.
The white protects me. Okay, good. This is my scrub top. I came straight from work, so this is my scrub top. So anyways, I just wore this. I don't wear black every day, but I do like black. It could be because energetically I might be trying to block off some other people's energy because I have, I feel so many people's energy. So that consciously that makes a lot of sense for me, but I thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Wow. So I have another question for you, and then I know other people have questions for you too. But how did you learn that you could communicate with the dolphins? I'm really interested in that.
Well, let me see here so I can be honest. Well, if you ever read Dolphin Odyssey, mm-hmm. you will come to realize that the dolphins are vibrating I don't like to use the words 4th and 5th dimension because it's been so misused, but just for the sake of words, they already existing in the 5th dimension and higher, if you like.
Okay.
And how it all started was I was actually sitting on Muir Beach outside San Francisco in Marin County. There's a very famous beach called after John Muir. John Muir was he explored nature and lived a lot in nature. And I was on a crossroad. Now, I've been on my spiritual journey, as I said, since very, very young age. But at this moment, I was on a crossroad. And being a writer, or at least wrote things, I had always the paper and the pen with me if I got inspired. Mm-hmm. And suddenly, I'm sitting and looking out over the ocean, and these messages and symbols starts coming through me very quickly. And I said, wait. And then it said, the dolphins. So I said, the dolphins. I mean, I really liked Flipper. Mm. And that was the extent to it at that moment, how I felt about dolphins. And then I received these telepathic messages for the next 10 months. In the beginning, it was very about myself mostly, but then they started to take me out into the galaxy and the universe, explaining phenomena that the scientists hadn't even discovered yet. And I started writing them down, document them, and through the years, and started doing seminars and talks and vibratory meetings around dolphin energy when I lived in Hawaii mostly. And then they taught me sonic codes, which is a vibratory frequency that when I started with that in the 90s, even the word sonic was not very well known. And so these sonic codes comes through my vocal cords and basically take people to the core of their being. And what I've seen and experienced is tremendous healings, because I recognize I'm not healing anybody. If anything is healing, is the body, if I allow it to do its best work. I can only contribute being a vehicle for certain vibration and frequencies, and then everything is taken care of by Mother Nature. So yes, and as in miracles happens, I mean really literal miracles, but it'd be another talk. So yeah, so then I started writing everything down, and then I thought, okay, what am I going to do with all these messages and all this information? So I started giving talks and seminars, and then after all of these years, Dolphin Odyssey came out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know other people have other questions. I have many, but okay, who else wants to ask Aros a question?
I'd like to ask one. Hi, nice to meet you. You're my kind of guy. But I'm curious, where do you think dolphins came from?
Well, it's not where I think they come from. Sirius, the dog star, Sirius B.
Okay.
But the funny part of it is, because dolphins are multi-dimensional travelers, then they travel in and out of different dimensions. And because of that, I came to discover that the oceans are the next frontier, not space.
Oh.
Because if you want to travel to different planets or galaxies or dimensions, you start in the ocean. All space travel start in the ocean, because within the oceans are portals that you can access. In Hawaii, there is currently a portal that you can access other dimensions. It's not readily used because the military are very, very aware of it, and they are kind of gardening it, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Ask about that.
Do you think it's on the island of Kauai or Maui?
No, this is on the Big Island.
Oh, it's on the Big Island.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Big Island is the least one that has been compromised. The energy of Madame Pele, the goddess of the volcano, is still very, very predominant. And she's still very, very alive. And many people, including myself, we experience her. And when she is not happy, we know it. She starts rumbling.
Well, I have people around here on the East Coast of the United States that have taken rocks from Hawaii, and bad things can happen.
Yes, not a good idea. It's a mild curse.
Right.
It's a mild
Ellie
curse.
doesn't like that.
Well, but it's true.
It is true. Yeah.
Eros, I do have a question. I recently, well, not recently, a few years ago, I watched a documentary called Seaspiracy, and they were talking about what Japan is doing to the dolphins, how they corral them into a bay and then they basically kill them there.
Right.
Why would dolphins want to experience that or go through that kind of pain and be slaughtered like that?
Well, that's a very valid question, and the Cove. I met the producers who made that movie, and yeah, it's called The Cove. But what people don't understand, that when you're living in a higher vibration like that, it's very difficult to associate with the patterns of the human mind in its thinking process. Because when you're living in a state of joy and service and compassion and love for everything, it's very difficult to suddenly lower your vibration that, oh, they're going to hurt me. Because when I came here this time, I realized I came here because I could contribute my light to help the planet into its next awareness level, right? I wasn't thinking, oh my goodness, they might kill me, or they might do this, or they might do that. No, that wasn't at all in the forefront. It was more like, how can I serve? And so it's understandable, but the captivity of dolphins, they have done purposely so they could come close to humanity and help them in their process to evolve into a different level.
Mm. So just to kind of reiterate what you said, I think that's the same kind of thing that happened with the dragons. The dragons used to be here in physical form, and now they're not here in physical form. They're in, whatever dimensional frequency that they're in. But dolphins are helping humanity go from the darkness and into the light and transform this world. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Well, this is a very valid question, my friend. I think, as I said to you in the very beginning, it's everything is upside down. We are not here to transform this world, because this world is only one tiny aspect of all the different earths that exist simultaneously. We are here to remember who we really are, so we can experience the other earths in their different frequency and vibrations. And because the dolphins are already living in some of these, they are like emissaries coming here, showing us what to do. It's all about raising your vibration. It's all about that. The whole thing is to try to get out of or change the matrix, as we call it. It's foolish, because you're not supposed to change it. It serves a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to raise your vibration out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And start understanding that everything is valid because it comes from the same source. And when you're ready that you don't want to play in this vibration anymore, you make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And you transcend into a different expression of your multidimensional self.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very well said, very well spoken, and I completely agree. I don't want to speak for everyone here, but I think we're all at that stage. Is we're done playing in this vibration. We're done in this frequency. Like, geez, get us out of here already. Like, beam me up, Scotty. Get me out of here.
Yeah, but it's not about that either.
Mm-hmm.
Because beam me up, Scotty. No, I used to say that too. However, as long as you degrade this vibration, you're still not getting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's valid because it teaches you so many things you need to know. And
Yes.
when you are ready to move on, you do it with love and respect and honor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This idea that we leave the third dimension or we cannot live here anymore is not a foolish idea, because everything belongs to one source.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Thank you. And I think Colette's got a question. She unmuted.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was curious about something that you said about the multiple Earths. So if we don't like this one, because you said it's like we're here to learn or whatever, but let's say like we feel complete, like can we just go to a different one?
Absolutely.
How do we do that? Do you know?
Well, okay, first of all, you have to acknowledge who you are. And who are you? You're divine, multi-dimensional being. Now, what does it mean to be multi-dimensional? It means you can exist on many different planets or galaxies or vibrations simultaneously. And so there is no linear time. And when you really are ready, you feel that this vibration here has served its purpose and you're ready to move on. You will move on. Because remember who you are. As long as you're here, you're not ready to move on.
I mean, sometimes I already feel like I'm in a whole different Earth than other people, you know, because I'm not living in like the misery and the fear as much as, I mean, sometimes I'm human, right? But as much as I see like other people. And so I often feel like I'm already in some kind of different reality than other people. So I
Well,
don't know
you
if you
are.
feel like that or
You
how
are.
that works.
Yes, you are already in a different dimension. You're already on a different earth, if you like. And now the question is to maintain that longer and longer and longer, so you don't have to fluctuate between the different vibration if you don't choose to. Do I experience that? Oh, my dear, I've experienced that since day one coming to this planet. That's why it's been very challenging, because when you know what's available to you, but your service doesn't allow you at that moment to transcend, because you're here for a purpose. You signed a document, if you like, and you're here for a purpose. So, oh yes, my whole life I've experienced that.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because I was just curious with all the different ones. And I have friends that like I have a friend that she travels and she went to an Earth where 9/11 never happened. And
Yes,
the
because
vibration was so different.
yes, it's a parallel universe. You see, everything happens everything you experience here on this planet happens simultaneously in a parallel universe. The only difference is that the outcome in the parallel universe will be different from the one here. But
Well,
the
I guess
good
we're all
news is,
needed here, huh?
well, don't you know
Bring
in your
everyone
heart
out.
and soul that you're needed here?
Yeah, definitely.
What service is it just to escape when you're in service to the divine, to everything that is?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I actually love it here most of the time. It's very beautiful. At least it's beautiful. You know, that's what I really love about this place. So, but there's also a lot of reminders to humanity that needs to be done still, I think.
Yes, and when you're ready, you leave. Okay?
Nice, nice. Eros, tell us about your sonic codes and what do you do with those?
Well, if you go to my Facebook page, Aros Crystos Sonic Codes, the movement.
Okay.
I used to have groups that I did on Zoom links, and I used to do live sessions as well a long time ago. But then, COVID happened and all of that stuff. So, but I'm always available and open if someone wants to put together a gathering on Zoom or in live or whatever, because I've seen miracle happens. There was a woman in Escondido many years ago. She was paralyzed for 30 years. Now she got some physical therapy, but anyway, I was guided to contact her, and after one session, she said to me, I started feeling energy for the first time in 30 years. And after several sessions, she stood up on a walker. That's just one tiny example of so many. So basically, go to that page and you can learn a little bit about it. I think there also are some examples of Sony codes on the page.
Nice.
And help promote it.
Yeah, I love learning new modalities and new codes, and and then now these codes were downloaded to you, correct?
Yes, yeah, I don't know how they came. I mean, they happened on Hawaii. I was doing some healing sessions on the lava rocks, which, you have to be careful because it's sharp and it's hot. And suddenly this vibration started coming through me. And then the Hawaiian kahuna, a woman, she heard them and she said, oh my goodness, Aros, this is the real thing. And through the years, people have had so many experiences, both physically and spiritually, and in all sorts of ways.
Wow. Do you think the goddess there in Hawaii transferred that to you?
No.
No, you don't.
No. It was from the Dolphins and from my galactic family.
Okay. Nice. Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about your book, Embracing Aloha.
Well, embracing aloha means embracing aloha. People think they understand Hawaii and aloha. Unfortunately, they do not. Hawaii is a very unique place in the sense that I don't like to use the word vortex because the entire planet is a vortex. When people say Mount Shasta or Sedona or Hawaii or places that are energetic vortexes, yeah, that's true, but so is the entire planet. But Hawaii, what happens in Hawaii has a tendency of being mirrored to the rest of the world. And being that it's lava rocks that Hawaii is built upon, is very, very sensitive to vibrations and frequencies. But people don't understand that, so they treat Hawaii as its mainland, as its solid ground. And it's obviously not. Kauai, for example, are already starting to fall back into the ocean. Now, how many millions of years? I have no clue. But, volcanoes arise and then they go back into the ocean. So, and Pele doesn't like the fact that people are treating it like solid ground and think they can do just about anything. So eventually, she will do something about it.
Yeah.
So, but embracing aloha is about aloha is it's a very powerful mantra, if you like. And if you read the book, every syllable A means a special word in Hawaiian, like compassion, like freedom, like unconditional love, whatever, but aloha in itself means divine breath.
That's beautiful. I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. That's what I mean. And you know a little bit of Hawaii, but so aloha means divine breath. So when people are greeting each other in Hawaii in the olden days, they honor the breath, the divine breath in you. And it's a book, it's a romantic adventure story about a deed that's been stolen by some politicians who wants to build a casino. And then Tutu, who is a 79-year-old woman who is a kahuna, but nobody knows it because she's this old grandmother, very wise and always there for everybody when she can and being of service. And she takes in 5 orphans when they are very young and help them understand who they are. And when the book starts, they are grown and living on different islands, and she's calling them back through a very powerful chant for them to take over her work and service and help usher in Hawaii and aloha into the next millennium. And then there's romance and a bit of love and fun things as well. But it's a very easily read book, and anybody can really read it. You know, it's not discriminating to children or young people at all.
That's nice. My cousin, a distant cousin of mine, her mother was Hawaiian, and then her mom like kind of cut off herself from the culture, so my cousin wasn't raised in that. But I feel like maybe if she read your book, she could feel, embracing aloha again into her own life, because it is part of her hereditary.
Well, when I was 11 years of age in Sweden, Helsingborg, Sweden, I saw the movie South Pacific. It's a musical, and it took place on the island called Bali Hai, but it's Kauai. And I was only 11 years of age, and when I saw it, I felt this energy from this island, and I thought, I had no idea where Hawaii was, but I knew I was going to go there someday. And lo and behold, in the mid-90s, no, actually, that's not true. In 69, I went to Honolulu for the first time. And I felt totally at home.
Almost like the island was waiting for you to get there?
In a certain way, because I was never treated like a haole, like a white person.
Yeah.
I was always respected and looked upon like I belonged.
Right. I love that.
And yeah, but then the next time was in the 90s when I moved there.
Okay. How long did you live there?
Oh my God, off and on for 30 years.
Okay.
I'm still living there. I have a house with my wife there.
Okay. All right. Nice. Pamela, did you have a question for Aros?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here listening.
I know.
I listening to you talk, it kind of reminds me, I watched a long time ago one of the Star Trek movies where they went back in time to save the whales.
Yes, the journey back home.
Yes. And it was like, I knew that was so important because people did not realize, and I think they still don't, just how much. I come from a Native American background, so everything is interconnected. You're attached to everything. And so that realization, I think, is not there with so many people, that what we do affects the planet. And if we take something away from the planet, we're harming it. And that whole concept, like, to me, the answer to every question is love. If you're coming at something with love, then you're healing, you're giving of yourself for that. And I just was always attached to that. So when you're talking about how you can talk to dolphins and whales, I was wondering, what's the difference when you're communicating with them between the two? Are they similar, or is there a difference?
if you're looking at the whales as the void where everything rises from, and the dolphins as the Shakti, the divine female energy. And also some scientists have said that the procreation on the planet is held in place by the singing of the whales.
Right.
So it's not so much that you hurt Mother Earth, you are hurting yourself. You're hurting your own evolution, your own growth, and your own understanding about who you really are. Because you just forgotten. You have known earlier who you really are, but then we forgot. And that's how the Bible was created, from that understanding that we fell from grace. You can never fall from grace, because who you are is unconditional love and grace and all these good things. But you can fall in the sense that you forget who you are.
Right. I know I lived in Alaska for 5 years. And a couple times we were far enough north that not only did we see the Northern Lights, but we actually heard them sing. And to me, it was almost listening in a way to like an echo of a whale song. It had a lot of similarities.
Yes, because Mother Earth is a sacred temple. Every single piece of her is sacred. Once we understand that, we don't go and look for energetic vortexes or treating them as something special. We then understand that we are walking on holy ground, holy soil, if you like. And then we can access all the secrets that Mother Earth has for us if we are willing to listen and really listen.
I found that talking to you is really, it's interesting, but it's also I can feel your energy.
Oh, good.
And wait a minute. It's really cool because I was diagnosed like 4 years ago with cancer, and so I don't always feel that energy. And being able to just talk to you and feel your energy is just so amazing and powerful. So always thank you. Thank you for being here.
My dear, you can get my phone number and call me anytime you feel in distress. I will be there and help you and being a service to you.
Thank you.
Okay, make sure you get my phone number on my website, and I'll be there for you.
Eros,
Okay.
I see a lot of women recently starting to have births, dolphin births, like around dolphins. What are the benefits of that?
Oh my goodness. It's not recently. It started in Australia in the 90s, even a little bit earlier. When you are born underwater, first of all, and dolphins are present, you become like a fifth dimensional being almost instantaneously. Because when you're born from the fluid in the woman's womb into fluid, there's not that shock effect like the physical. Suddenly you come out of this liquid and suddenly you come onto this cold, very, very unloving environment. And so, and babies that are born underwater can swim underwater for 15 minutes easily.
Wow.
They're like angels of the sea, if you like.
Wow.
And they have these superpowers. And yes, oh, it has every benefit you can think of. I always say to women who's going to give birth, even if you can't be with the dolphins in the ocean, find a pool, do something to birth your child in water, because that's the natural transition.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they're saying too that, lying down on your back and, your feet in stirrups or whatever, that's like the worst way to ever give birth, because it's so difficult to do when you do it like, you're, spread and, legs apart, and then it's coming out that way. It's much, much easier. It's gravity just kind of, helping things along.
Well, if you look at the olden days when they didn't have hospitals and nursing, and the women just went out in a quiet place and gave birth very easily. There wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be easy because it's a natural thing. It's not supposed to be what it is today, but that's why I said again, it's a upside down world. Everything that is natural to us, we have made complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's true. Well, Aros, I thank you so much for being here today and sharing all your divine wisdom with us and your books. And I'm going to refer my cousin to, of course, the Embracing Aloha, because I think she'd really love that one. And we're going to put your information, your website in the description here. And I'm going to check out your Facebook group because I'm really interested in that. And I think everybody else here will as well. I'll put it in the chat. Did you guys write it down? If not, I have it. I can write it in here.
So, Amanda, where this going to be available, on a YouTube channel or where?
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube. It's called Lightworkers Secret to Success. And so as soon as we get it, I will send you the link.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I want to get this
Thank
out
you.
to everybody. Okay, well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in and watching Lightworkers Secret to Success and meeting Aros Crystos and all the wonderful things that he's doing. Tune in with us next week and we'll have another person to interview. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
Aros.
Bye. Ciao. Aloha.